What's up? You got your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. Cause today we're gonna be talking about your online marketplace purchasing techniques. Yeah. What is your online marketplace purchasing techniques? What techniques do you use to decide what to buy or to search through the eBays and Reverbs out there? What do you do when you go to buy that vintage sampler that you always wanted, or that nostalgic keyboard that finally, you're now a part of working society so you can afford it now? What techniques do you use to purchase these aftermarket, discontinued sometimes, legendary products? Well, for me, it's kind of crazy. Literally. Searching through the eBays, Reverbs, Guitar Center used, Sam Ash used, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. You got a good number of places to find vintage gear and even to catch really great prices on some of them. Well, what techniques do I use? I break it down to 4 online marketplace shopper types. There's the lucky guy. There's the handyman. There's the smartass. And there's the Voltron shopper. So let me break these down to you. Let me explain. Online marketplace shopper number 1, the lucky guy or gal. So this person on a Sunday morning, casually walking down the block, sees a thrift store. They walk into the thrift store, greets the shopkeep and says, "Hey, do you by chance happen to have any Elmer's glue? The handle on my glasses is kind of loose." The shopkeep tells them, "Yeah, check at the bin over there by the corner. We might have Elmer's glue in there." That person moseys on down to the bin, takes a look inside, and says, "Oh my gosh! I just found an Ensoniq ASR-10 with an $89 price tag on it. Wow!" They run to the shopkeep and says, "How much is this keyboard? Is it working correctly?" The shopkeep says, "Yeah, it works perfect. I got it for $89, but give me 50 and you're all set." The guy's like, "What?" Pays the shopkeep, runs out of the store with the keyboard, and begins to produce the greatest songs of all time for the rest of his life. That's the lucky guy or gal. Next online marketplace gear shopper is the handyman. Now, this person is the kind of person that'll be desperately searching for an MPC 1000 because they want to make all the vintage boom bap beats they were making in the early 2000s. So they'll go on eBay and see an MPC 1000, but it'll be not working properly. The seller will say, "Hey, it works, but the screen is broken and you could hardly see the display, and also the pads aren't really working properly, and about 3 of the buttons are missing. Usually I'd sell it for $800, $850, but because of all these deficiencies, I got it for sale for $250. If you don't want it, I guess I could put it on auction next week." Now, the handyman sees this and says, "Wow, an MPC 1000, what I always wanted. Great." They're pretty handy with fixing these machines. So what they do is they go online and search out how much is a used MPC 1000 screen. They see one on a website going for $50. Okay. Then they go to another site and check how much are MPC 1000 pad sensors. They find one going for $20. Awesome. Then they check on another site and the 3 buttons that's on the MPC missing, they find all together for $35. Incredible. So what they do next is they buy the broken MPC 1000 and just repair it. And after it's done, everything is working properly and it has a fresh new look. And all they spent was about $365. That's the handyman. Online marketplace shopper number 3, the smartass. Now, this is a guy that's told by his engineer, hey, we need the sound of the great Roland Phantom. Man, we need that sound engine, man. The project I'm working on needs it. And I can't find one anywhere to save my life. So his young producer in training hears this and says, a Roland Phantom? When I go home, I'm gonna check to see if I can find one. They go home, they check everywhere online, and they cannot find a Roland Phantom. But what they do find is a Roland MC 909. So this smart guy does his due diligence and realizes, hey, the sound engine in the 909 is basically the same sound engine in the Phantom. Great! So he comes running back to work the next day with a 909 in his hand. The engineer's like, hey man, what are you bringing a 909 for? I don't need this thing. And he explains to him, hey, this 909 and the Roland Phantom share the same sound engine. So all you gotta do is run your sounds through this and you're good. And the engineer is amazed to realize this and couldn't be happier. That's the smartass. Online marketplace shopper number 4. The Voltron shopper. Now, this is pretty much the guy or gal that uses different gear to get their end result. They're not really married to any particular type of gear, but it's sort of like, hey, if they had a great keyboard but needed a sequencer for it, something to sequence its sound, instead of buying a whole new other keyboard, they would just get like a MIDI controller sequencer and make it work like that. Or if they had a mixer that sounded great but didn't have enough EQs, they would buy another module or mixer with a lot of EQs, EQ their sounds with that one, but then run the sound from that into their mixer with the limited EQs. So now they have the best of both worlds. They have the sound quality of the original mixer, but now they have the EQ ability by connecting the smaller mixer to it. That's pretty much the Voltron online marketplace shopper. So which one of these shoppers are you? Are you all of them? Let me know in the comments section. So this is your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. And I'm signing off.